So what happened after that? She rubbed her eyes and sat up. It must have been a dream. So the river, after telling all this, the river stopped talking. So Janu is suddenly coming out of her dream, and she rubbed her eyes and she sat up straight. And she is thinking that it might have been a dream. It must not be real because a river cannot talk. So it will surely be a dream. Then she had done it at last, but it hadn't been easy. The teacher was asking questions. When the questions were finished, the teacher said, "Now, I have a surprise for you." So she was thinking that it is actually a dream, and she actually decided not to do it. So after that, being frightened for a long time, she decided to do it. What did she decide to do? She decided to do what the river suggested. The river suggested her to slip into the classroom and sit there silently, and maybe the teacher might let her stay. So um, Janu mustered up all her courage and she went to school. So she had done it at last. After a lot of being frightened, she went to school, and she is telling that it hadn't been easy. It was not easy to do. I was so afraid. Then the teacher was asking questions. Okay, the teacher, what does the teacher do in a classroom normally? Teacher teaches and asks questions to the students. Likewise, the teacher in this classroom also was asking questions. When the questions were finished, the teacher said, "Now I have a surprise for you." Suddenly, the teacher is telling that I have a surprise for you. Teacher have a surprise for the students. So until now, no teachers or no other students in the class have actually noticed Janu. Janu was sitting in the classroom and no one was noticing her. Next week, we shall take the train and go to Kozhikode, and there we can see the big bazaars and the tile factory. I shall show you the sea and the lighthouse also. So, what is the surprise the teacher is planning for the students? Next week, we shall take the train and go to Kozhikode. So, the teacher is planning to take the children and travel by train to Kozhikode. The teacher wants to take the children to Kozhikode, and they are going to travel by train. And there we can see the big bazaars. So what are the children and the teacher going to see at Kozhikode? They are going to see the big bazaars. What are bazaars? Bazaars are markets. Okay, they are going to see the big markets at Kozhikode, and they are also going to see the tile factories which makes tiles, floor tiles. Okay, so the teacher is telling that he is going to take the students and go to Kozhikode by train, and they are going to see big markets and tile factories at Kozhikode. I shall show you the sea and the lighthouse also. So what else are the teacher planning to show the children? They are going to see the sea. They are going to watch the sea, and they are also going to see lighthouse. So what is a lighthouse? Lighthouse is a building or a tower with strong light to guide and warn ships near the coast. So what are lighthouses? Lighthouses are buildings. Okay, lighthouses are large buildings. They look like a tower. Okay, they look like a tower, and they have at the end of the tower, at the top of the tower, they have strong light, and this strong light keeps falling onto the river or the sea. It keeps falling onto the sea at night, and it shows way to the ships near the coast. If any ships are passing through the coast, and during night time the ships cannot see anything, so but with the help of a lighthouse, the sea, the ships can identify that it is a shore. So this is the purpose of a lighthouse. So lighthouses are very beautiful buildings. It is very good to see. So the teacher is suggesting that he is going to show the children the sea and the lighthouse. There were delighted shouts from the class. So what happened next? As soon as the teacher suggested about going to Kozhikode, the students started cheering and shouting very happily. Delighted means happy. They became happy. So whenever your teacher is suggesting that teacher is taking you out on a tour or a picnic, you will be very happy and you will start to shout. Likewise, the students at the class where Janu is sitting now also started shouting. They started shouting with happiness. Now, please, sir, what are lighthouse? What is a lighthouse? Asked Kuti. The, there is another student in the class, and the name of the student is Kuti. And Kuti is asking the teacher, what is a lighthouse? So the teacher suggested that he will take them to see the lighthouse. So the children does not know what a lighthouse is. So Kuti, a student in the class, is asking the teacher what a lighthouse is. So the teacher is going to answer. So what is the teacher telling? The teacher's description is that it is a big building shaped like a pencil, a huge pencil with a bright light at the top. The light shines very far so that the ships at the sea can see it clearly and sail safely. So, what is happening? The teacher is describing what a lighthouse is. So, this is a more easier description of what a lighthouse is. What are lighthouses? They are buildings shaped like a pencil. Okay, they are towers shaped like a pencil, and it is more like a huge pencil, very large pencil. And what is the speciality of it? It have bright light at the top. The lighthouses have bright light at the top, and the light shines very far so that the ships at the sea can see clearly and sail safely. Okay, so with the help of lighthouses, the ships at the sea can see through the way very clearly, and it can sail, or the ships can travel through the water very safely. Is a ship like a catamaran, sir? Asked Nanu, whose mother lived all by herself at the edge of the clearing by the forest. He walked 2 miles to school and back every day. So, another student in the class, and his name was Nanu. So, Nanu had suddenly another doubt. So, he is asking, is a ship like a catamaran? So Nanu is asking the teacher whether a ship looks like a catamaran. So there is also a description about who Nanu is. Nanu's mother lives by herself at the edge of the clearing by the forest. So what is a forest? An open space in a forest is called a clearing. So where does Nanu and her mother live? Nanu and his mother lives at the edge of the clearing by the forest. There is an open space in the forest, and they live there. So how does he come to school every day? He have to walk 2 miles to school and back every day. Nanu have to walk 2 miles to school and back to home every day. So that is how Nanu goes to school. So what was the doubt asked by Nanu? Nanu asked the teacher whether the ship is looking like a catamaran, whether the ship looks like a catamaran. Now, who can answer Nanu's questions? Said the teacher. So, suddenly the teacher is asking the class who can answer the question made by Nanu. Nanu asked whether the ships look like a catamaran, and the teacher is asking to the class who can answer this question. So, Janu suddenly forgot her fear, and her shyness hand said clearly. So, Janu was sitting there without anyone noticing. So she was very shy and she was very afraid to speak up. So suddenly, when the teacher asked these questions, she forgot that she is sitting in the classroom, and she forgot that she was afraid and she was shy. She then started speaking suddenly. What did she say? It is much, much bigger than a catamaran, big enough for hundreds of people to live inside. And she stopped. So Nanu is starting to talk. She is telling that she is repeating what the river told her. Okay. So when she asked the river about catamarans, the river told her that catamarans are bigger than, sorry, ships are bigger than catamarans and they can accommodate hundreds of people. So Janu is repeating what the river told her to the teacher and the class. She started answering by telling that ships are much bigger than catamarans and they are very big enough that they can hold hundreds of people. Hundreds of people can live inside. So when she is continuing her sentence, she suddenly stopped. Why did she stop? All eyes were on her. Janu panicked. So by the middle of the sentence only, she understood that all eyes were on her. That means all of the people in the classroom and the teacher were looking at her very surprised. And Janu suddenly felt panicked. What is the meaning of panicked? Panicked means felt frightened suddenly. Okay. So when we are frightened suddenly, then it is called panicking. Okay, panicking. So some people are afraid of darkness. So when the light goes off suddenly, they will be suddenly afraid. They become suddenly frightened. So that is panicking. Likewise, Janu panicked knowing that all the people, all the children and the teacher is looking at her right now. Where did you spring from, little girl? Asked the teacher. What is your name? The teacher was suddenly surprised to see a new child in his classroom. So what is the teacher asking? Where did you spring from, little girl? So the teacher is asking Janu, where did you come from so suddenly? And what is your name? Janu's lower lips trembled. Janu, sir, Gopi's sister. So what is Janu saying? Janu is panicked and she started trembling her lower lip. Okay, when we are very afraid, our lips start to tremble. What is the meaning of tremble? Tremble means shook uncontrollably. She cannot control whether her lower lip is trembling or not. So Janu's lower lip started trembling and she answered her teacher by saying Janu, and she started stuttering. She is stuttering while saying her name, Janu, likewise. So she is afraid and she is telling that my name is Janu and I am Gobi's sister. So what is the elder brother of Janu? Who is the elder brother of Janu? Gobi. So she is telling the teacher that I am Janu and I am Gobi's sister. So you are Gobi's little sister, said the teacher at her over, peering at her over his spectacles. Now tell me, why didn't you come to school before? By the time the teacher had heard from Janu all about how she couldn't go to school, it was afternoon. So, what is happening? The teacher is also surprised and he is asking, oh, so you are Gobi's little brother. Are you Gobi's little brother? And while asking this, the teacher is peering at her. Peering means looking very carefully. Looking carefully is known as peering. So the teacher is peering or looking carefully at her over his spectacles. What are spectacles? Spectacles are pair of glasses used for clear vision. Okay, so there are people who does not have good eyesight. They have poor eyesight. So those kind of people use glasses to rectify the situation. So these glasses are known as spectacles. So the teacher is also wearing a pair of spectacle and he is peering at Janu and asking whether she is actually Gopi's little sister. And after asking that, he's continuing by asking, now tell me, why didn't you come to school before? Okay, I have not ever seen you at the school before. Why didn't you come to school before this? So Janu started explaining why she couldn't go to school. She is explaining whatever happened in her life. So when she finished explaining, it became afternoon. It became afternoon and it became the end of the class. The end of the class was nearing. If you really want to come to my school, Janu, The teacher had said, "We will talk your father into it. Don't you worry. We will find a way." So the teacher is giving her a solution. So he is telling her that if you really want to come to my school, you don't have to worry. Okay, we will talk to your father. We teachers will talk to your father and we will find a way to send you to school. So I will talk to your father and he will send you to school. So the teacher is giving her a reassurance, and that day end like that. So what is happening? The next evening, Janu saw the teacher walking up the steps to their gate when she was lighting up the lamp. So on the next evening, what is happening? Janu saw the teacher walking up the steps to their gate when she was lighting the lamp. So it was evening time, and she had to light the lamp for praying and for light and all such purposes. So she was sitting there and lighting the lamp, and she saw that the teacher was entering her house to meet with her father. After the teacher left, her mother said, "Little Janu, I shall miss you when you go to school." So the teacher came, talked with the father, and the teacher went. The teacher left. And what happened? Suddenly, her mother came in, and her mother is telling her that, "Little Janu, I shall miss you when you go to school." So she is telling her that if you are going to school, I will surely miss you. The mother is going to miss Janu if she is going to school, because Janu have always been there with her mother. So when she is suddenly going to school, her mother will miss her dearly. They say nowadays that girls should learn like boys. When I was your age, I wanted to go to school, but your grandmother said no. But now I am glad the teacher came to talk to your father and your father agreed. So she is continuing, her mother is continuing by that nowadays that girls should learn like boys. Okay, so in earlier days, girls were not allowed to go to school at all. So nowadays means something which is happening in the present, something happening which is happening now. Okay, so her mother is telling that nowadays girls should also learn like boys, and she is explaining her childhood. The mother is explaining about the childhood that she had, and she is telling that I also wanted to go to school when I was your age, but your grandmother, who is Janu's grandmother, Janu's mother's mother. Okay, your grandmother said no, but I am happy now. I am very happy now because your teacher came and talked to your father and talked your father into sending you to school, and your father agreed. So after the teacher talked to her father agreed on sending her to school, and Janu's mother is feeling happy about that, because she also wanted to go to school, but she could never go to school. So when she realized that Janu can go to school now, she felt very happy. Janu cried, "Mother," and bent and threw her arms around her mother's neck and hugged her tight. Janu was very surprised and she was very happy, and she cried loudly and ran to her mother, and she threw her arms around her mother's neck, and Janu hugged her mother very tightly. And Janu said, what did she say? "When I grow up," she said, "I'll be a teacher, and I will go from house to house in our village and ask all the little girls to come to my school. I will teach them all I am going to learn. You will see." So, what is she saying? When I grow up, I will be a teacher. So, when Janu is growing up, she wants to be a teacher. And what does she want to do? She will go through all of the house, each and every house in her village, and ask all the little girls to go to school. She wants to teach each and every little girl in her village, and she wanted to teach them everything that she is going to learn. Janu is going to school and she is going to learn everything, and she wants to pass on. She wants to teach everything that she is learning to the little girls in her village. The next morning, with the hope, skip, and jump, she went down the path between the fields and sat on her favorite rock. So, what did she do on the next morning? Janu, with the hope, skip, and jump. So, when we are very happy, when little children are very happy, they run like they are jumping. They do not know what they are doing. They will hop, they will skip, and they will jump. So, Janu also was happy and she was jumping and running like that. And where did she go? She went down the path between the fields. So she is running through the path between the fields. And where did she go? She went and sit on the favorite rock near the river bank. She went and sit on the favorite rock near her river bank. I did it, she told the river. I was scared, but I did it. So she is now speaking to the river. So what is she telling? I did it. I did what you told me to school. What did the river tell her to do? The river told her to go to the classroom and sit there. If she wanted to go to school, she have to go there and sit there. And the teacher will eventually let her stay there. So she was afraid, but she did it. Okay, even though she was very afraid, she did it. They are letting me go. Who is letting her go? Her parents, her father and mother are letting her go to school. I am going to learn to write my name and do sums. So, what am I going to do at school? I am going to learn how to write my name. I will learn how to write my name. And what will I do? I will do sums. What are sums? Sums are calculations, additions, subtractions, multiplications. So she wants to do all those kinds of sums. I will also find out why yellow spiders hide in yellow flowers. So what is she going to find out in school? She will learn why yellow spiders are seen in yellow flowers. Okay, she have noticed that yellow spiders live and hide inside yellow flowers, and she wants to know the reason behind that. And see the lighthouse. So, after finding out why the yellow spiders are hiding behind the yellow flowers, she is also going to see the lighthouse. The teacher is going to take them to Caldecott to see the lighthouse, and she is also going with them. And then she is telling that one day I will see a ship. So, after that, she is also saying that one day I will also see a ship. You told me what a ship is, and one day I am going to see what a ship is. She added in excitement. So, excited means feeling very excited or feeling very happy. So, Janu was very happy and astonished, and she was very excited. So, with all her excitement, she was happy to go to school. So, what all are she is she going to do at school? She was going to learn how to write her name. She was going to do sums, and then she was going to find out why yellow spiders are hiding in yellow flowers. And then she will see the lighthouse, and then she is hoping that one day she will also get to see a ship. So, this is the short story. This is the end of the short story. I hope you all understood the chapter. Read the textbook and the chapter at least 4 times. Now, let us move into the grammar portions in your textbook. Children, take page number 89 in your textbook. Page number 89 in your textbook. So, the grammar portions which we are going to learn in this chapter is reported speech. We are going to learn reported speech. So, in the textbook, there is no description of what a reported speech is. So, watch the video carefully. So, what is a reported speech? Reported speech is when we tell someone what another person said. Okay, so if you are hearing someone talking something and we are telling what the other person told to another person, then it is called a reported speech. If we are hearing something and we are reporting it to someone else, then it is called a reported speech. Reported speech is when we tell someone that what another person said. That is a reported speech. Now look into the example. Okay, if you look at the example, you can understand it clearly. The girl said, I can speak perfect English. So this is a normal sentence. This is not a repeated speech. It is a simple speech. And the sentence says that the girl said, I can speak perfect English. So there is a girl, and the girl is telling that I can speak perfect English. So if someone is hearing what the girl is saying, and that someone is going to tell what the girl said to some other person, the sentence might be converted into the girl said that she could speak perfect English. Okay, so the reported speech is the girl said that she could speak perfect English. So the word that is included there to make it a reported speech. So the girl said that. The girl said, I can speak perfect English was the normal speech. When we convert it into a reported speech, it becomes the girl said that she. So the subject in the first sentence is I. So in that sentence, the girl is speaking herself. So she is addressing herself as I. So in the reported speech, someone is addressing the girl. So the person who is addressing the girl is telling that she. Okay, so the person who is reporting it is not the actual person who is speaking. So the subject changes from I to she. So if it was a boy, it will become a he. So if it was a group of people, it will become they. Likewise, the subject keeps changing in reported speech. So here another change is that the change in the modal verb, that is the supporting verb in the first sentence was can and it became could. Okay, so the first sentence was in present tense and the second sentence became past tense. Okay, the girl said that she could speak perfect English. So that is the difference happening in reported speech. So I hope you all understood what a reported speech is. Try to do the exercises from chapter 10, page number 89. Two exercises are given. Part A, report these sentences. 5 sentences are given in that page. You have to read that sentences and you have to convert them into reported speech. So these are all direct speech. You have to convert it into reported speech. The second exercise, part B, a conversation between Jazi and Rasia. Two people are given. You have to read the conversation and you have to report the conversation to someone else. Try to do the exercises by yourself. Now children, take page number 90 in your textbook. Page number 90 in your textbook. So there part B in second paragraph, part B. So uh, in red font, it is written homographs. So what are homographs? We are going to learn what are homographs. Homographs are words that have same spelling but different pronunciation and meanings. So what are homograph? Homographs are words. Okay. For example, we are taking two words and both of the words have same spelling. So if you look at the example here, two sentences are given. In the first sentence and the second sentence, look at the blue word. It is W-I-N-D, W-I-N-D. So in the bracket, I have given the meanings of the word in that sentence. Okay, so both of the words have the same sentence, but the pronunciation is different. The pronunciation of the words are different in both sentences and the meanings are also different. So when the pronunciation is changing, the meaning of the word is also changing. So these kind of words which have the same spelling but different pronunciation and meanings are called homographs. So look at the example clearly. I will read out the examples for you. So check out the difference in pronunciation of the same word. Look at the word wind and look at the pronunciation, the change of pronunciation in to both sentences. In the first sentence, it is the wind is blowing hard. The wind is blowing hard. So the pronunciation here is wind. So it is more like, it rhymes with more like pinned. So in the textbook there is an yellow box. If you look at that, in the brackets it is given rhymes with pinned. The wind rhymes with pinned. So the pronunciation is more similar with pinned. So in the second sentence, if you look, I have to wind my cloak. In the second sentence, the same word is used. The spelling is the same, but the meaning and pronunciation is different. In the first sentence, it was wind, and in the second sentence, it is wind. In the first sentence, it was meaning the moving air. Okay, in the first sentence, the meaning was moving air, and in the second sentence, it is the turning of the stem of the clock. That means the um, branches of the clock. Okay, the hands in the clock are have to be changed. So that is the meaning here. I have to wind my cloak. So in this sentence, wind have a rhyming with find. Rhyming with find. Wind is rhyming with find. So this is the difference in pronunciation. So I hope you understood what homographs are. Look at the textbook, page number 90. Three exercises are given. Three pairs of sentences are given and answers are also given. You have to read it thoroughly and find out which of the answers are correct for each sentence, which of the word and which of the pronunciation are correct for each sentence. So that's all for today. Thank you.